The weight of 40 years pressed down on her, 40 years of whispers, of knowing, 40 years of being ignored. Justice, it seemed, was a cruel joke. Her story, her truth was lost in a labyrinth of power and deceit. She had tried. God, how she had tried. Emails unanswered, calls unreturned, doors slammed shut in her face, the click of locks echoing the finality of her despair. The legal system, a system meant to protect, had become her tormentor. Each day was a battle against the crushing weight of injustice. Sleep offered no escape, only a relentless replay of her nightmare. Hope, once a bright flame, flickered precariously in the wind. Her story began with a whisper, a premonition. She was a psychic, gifted with an ability that both fascinated and frightened. This gift, however, became a curse. She saw what others couldn't, knew what they didn't want to know, and for that, she was punished. Decades were spent navigating a system rigged against her. Lawyers, blinded by her gift, dismissed her claims. The police, jaded and cynical, saw only a delusional woman. The evidence, clear as day to her, was invisible to their eyes. Years melted into each other, marked only by the sting of rejection. The world moved on, but she remained trapped, frozen in a time of betrayal and pain. Her spirit, though battered, refused to be broken. A glimmer of hope emerged from the darkness. A chance encounter, a shared secret, led her to a powerful attorney. He listened, truly listened, with eyes that saw beyond the label of psychic. He believed her. He spoke of a quadrillionaire settlement, a sum so vast it could right the wrongs of a lifetime. It was compensation, not just for her suffering, but for the injustice that had stained her existence. He promised to fight, to expose the truth that had been buried for so long. For the first time in years, she dared to hope. Maybe, just maybe, she could find peace. Maybe her truth would finally be heard. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As quickly as hope had blossomed, it withered and died. The evidence, the key to her case, was gone, replaced with clever forgeries, designed to discredit her, to paint her as unstable, unreliable. Forgery, she learned, was a weapon, wielded by those who sought to silence the truth. It was a tool of manipulation, used to protect the guilty and punish the innocent. The law, she realized, was a double-edged sword. Her lawyer, his face etched with defeat, explained the implications. Forgery was a serious crime, but proving it, especially after so many years, was an uphill battle. The odds, once in her favor, had shifted dramatically. Section 5: The Price of Injustice. The weight of injustice returned, heavier than before. The hope that had briefly sustained her evaporated, leaving behind a bitter residue of despair. Years of fighting, of clinging to the belief in justice, had led her back to the starting line. The emotional toll was immeasurable. Years of her life had been stolen, wasted in a futile pursuit of recognition. The pain of being ignored, of being dismissed as delusional, had left invisible scars on her soul. She was a survivor, but at what cost? The fight for justice had consumed her, leaving her exhausted and broken. The quadrillionaire settlement, once a symbol of hope, was now a cruel reminder of what she could not have. Section 6: A Glimmer in the Darkness. Yet, even in the depths of despair, a flicker of defiance remained. She had come too far, fought too hard, to surrender now. The forgeries, though a setback, were also a sign. They proved that her story held power, enough to make her enemies desperate. She would not let them win. She would find a way to expose the truth, to bring the perpetrators to justice. The road ahead would be long and arduous, but she would not be deterred. This was not just about her anymore. It was about standing up to those who abused their power, about giving a voice to the voiceless. It was about reclaiming her life, her story, from the clutches of deceit. Section 7: The Power of Belief. The journey ahead was daunting, but she was not alone. The lawyer, though bound by the limitations of the legal system, continued to believe in her. He vowed to explore every avenue, to leave no stone unturned. More importantly, she believed in herself. The years of struggle had tempered her spirit, forging a resilience that defied the odds. She had faced down her demons and emerged stronger, more determined than ever before. Her story, once silenced, now resonated with others who had suffered similar injustices. Their support, their shared belief in the power of truth, gave her strength. She was no longer just fighting for herself, but for all those who had been wronged. Section 8. The long road ahead. The path to justice was rarely straight, often filled with twists and turns. There would be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when the burden seemed too heavy to bear. But she would persevere. She would use her voice to speak out against injustice, to shine a light on the dark corners where corruption thrived. She would educate others about the insidious nature of forgery, about the importance of protecting the integrity of truth. Hers was a story of courage, of resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. It was a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure, to find hope even in the darkest of times. Section 9. Never give up. In the end, it was not about the money. The quadrillionaire settlement, while tempting, paled in comparison to the pursuit of truth. It was about reclaiming her dignity, her faith in humanity. Her message was simple yet profound. Never give up. Never stop fighting for what is right. The road to justice may be long and arduous, but the pursuit of truth is a journey worth taking. Hers was a story of hope, a beacon for others who dared to challenge the status quo. It was a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, the human spirit, fueled by belief and perseverance, could overcome any obstacle.